All right. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. So, as you can see, I'm just waking up and um I don't know what you guys do when you wake up and you don't have to like do anything in the morning. I wake up and what I do is I will watch some YouTube videos. So, I was making my rounds to all my prison channels. Hey Cindy. And then I was making my rounds to all my recovery channels that I support, right? Girl, this is the way I wake up every single day. So I wanted to talk to you guys because I was just watching my friend Megan's channel and she was informing everybody. I'm not going to tell you because you can go over there to her channel and watch her video, but she was dealing with disappointment, okay? And so, um, what's up, young Gunna? Welcome to the channel, man. So I don't do burpees first thing in the morning. I probably should. That would probably help me to lose hella weight. But I'm very undisciplined. So she was talking about dealing with some disappointment in her life, and I was like, you know what? There's so many times, you guys, where like I have been disappointed, right? Where I have really been looking forward to something, a job, maybe money that I thought I was going to get because maybe like I don't know how I don't gamble or anything like that, but like a raise or let me think. I have always been, what's up, Golden Threat? Welcome to my channel, man. I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay, well, I go live all the time, so you fuck. If you miss one live, you'll catch another one later on in the day. Um yes, so disappointment for me has always, I'm going to be honest with you guys, like when I was growing up, I had a very like, hey Hannah, what's up, girl? I had a very well balanced childhood. Like my mom and dad, I had two little sisters. For those of you guys that don't know, my mom is Mexican, my dad is Italian. Okay, and the way we were raised up was like pretty like even kill. You know what I'm saying? My channel is about recovery from addiction. Okay, so let me tell you guys a little bit about me since a whole bunch of you guys are new. Okay, so all my old timers, you guys just hang tight with me for a second. Okay, hey Lab Girl, hey Amy. So I'm a recovering drug addict, you guys. I was addicted to methamphetamine, opiates, Xanax, cocaine, IV. I was a IV drug addict. Okay, like shot up. And I got sober in 2015. Well, the way I got sober was I went into treatment. When I came out, I got put on a medication called Suboxone, which helps a lot of people who are going through opiate addiction to get off of hard opiates, right? And so, what I was searching for while I was on this medication, I'm still on it. I'm tapering off of it actually right now. And I was looking for support, and I was on Facebook, and I had a pretty good recovery following on Facebook. And I was starting to notice that people were not supportive of other people that were on medically assisted treatment, right? And so I was like, damn it, I need to make a YouTube channel for other people who need help with their recovery. Like I needed help, you know? And I went to AA and NA. I have a sponsor, you guys. I worked the 12 steps. But in today's day and age, so many more people need help. Like they can't get to a meeting, they can't leave their house, maybe they're depressed, maybe they can't get out of bed. Like I remember being like that. There was a time where I couldn't get out of bed without doing a shot of dope because that's the only way I could move. Like I was dependent on these drugs, okay? There was a time where I was homeless. I didn't have anywhere to live. When I got out of prison, I paroled out to a halfway house here in Little Rock where I live now. Hey, what's up, Jerry? What? Okay, so we got the bed right here. Then we got Nate's little bed, and then we got a whole bunch of stuffed animals on top of that. Y'all, this room is a wreck. Don't be judging me, y'all. Don't be judging me. uh, so okay, so let me give y'all the lowdown. Okay, we're gonna have a story time this morning, dealing with disappointment. So I'm gonna, you know how I'm gonna refer this title of dealing with disappointment. I'm gonna tie this into my prison experience and drugs. Okay. Yeah, I have ads on my videos now. Isn't that awesome? So, I got addicted to drugs when I was 17 years old. I started doing methamphetamine, okay? Methamphetamine and cocaine and smoking pot in school. When I graduated out of school, you guys, I just got strung out on dope, okay? Strung out on methamphetamine. And I started working and doing illegal activities at my job. I was working for the state of Arkansas. I was doing illegal activities working there. I was just doing a lot of shit that could get me in a lot of trouble, you guys, okay? A lot of trouble. And I ended up getting in trouble. I ended up getting caught with dope. I was driving my car. Actually, the dope man was driving my car. I was in the passenger seat of my own car, and we got pulled over with methamphetamine in the car, okay? And so behind that meth charge, a simple freaking possession, okay? Simple Class C possession. That's all it was. I got prison time because I couldn't stay sober. Okay, they said, here, we're going to give you 3 years of probation. So they put me on probation for 3 years, and I couldn't stay sober. I failed every drug test except for the first drug test I took on probation. Okay, and my probation officer sent me to rehab. I think by that time I had been to 3 treatment centers. And so she sent me to rehab and gave me one last chance. And then she was like, forget this. You aren't staying sober. So she sent me to prison. She revoked my probation. And I went to prison on a probation revocation. Okay, well, here in Arkansas, if you go to prison on a probation revocation, they send you to a place called RPF, which is basically like a boot camp style prison. Okay, yeah, totally, young Gutta. And that felony has followed me for the rest of my life. A simple Class C possession. Okay, I wasn't hurting nobody. All I did was had a rig of dope in my purse, and the dude in my car had like 6 grams in his sock. It wasn't even like we had a bunch of dope. It was simple. It was drug addict. We were carrying dope because we were using the dope, We were getting high, and that's why we had dope on us. So they ended up revoking my probation and sent me into prison. All right. So when I went to prison, like I said, I hear all these other prison channels. They talk about, California State Prison, and they talk about these big ass, like crazy prisons. It's a lot different when you go into prison as a woman. Like, at least in my experience, it was. The prison, I hear 1090 Jake tell a lot of stories about JIT camps. The prison was like a huge compound, and you're not in cells, okay? What you're in is these big buildings, okay? So there's like 7 of these big buildings all over this. It's like a huge schoolyard, okay? That's how big the compound is. It's like, you could have a football field over here. You have a basketball thing over here. It's like that much land in the middle of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, right? And then behind the women's prison was the men's prison. And so it was these big old buildings. And inside the buildings, you would walk in, and to the right, there would be a little TV, like a day room, okay? A microwave. And then right beside that, there would be showers and toilets, okay, all open. And then down here on this side, there would be racks, okay, just racks on racks on racks on racks. Racks like metal beds that you would sleep on top of. And that's how we had to live. That was what we lived in. And in the prison in Arkansas, they don't turn the air condition on, you guys, until motherfucking middle of May. And if you guys live in the South, y'all know it's 100 degrees by May, okay? And so there's no air condition. You got bitches sleeping in sports bras and underwears, okay? You have girls that have staph infection all over them. I remember there's this girl that slept underneath me. Yes, there's this girl that slept underneath me. She had staph infection all underneath her little fat rolls. I mean, it was so bad. And then you had to go in the showers after these people, which I'm no better than nobody, y'all, but I kept myself clean when I was in prison. Like, I was real meticulous about that kind of stuff. And I was real meticulous about who I took a shower beside. We all tried to, like, team up with each other and go in there, like, there would be groups of us that go in there at the same time. Do you know what I'm saying? Hey, Jason. I have told a story on my channel, but this is gonna y'all are gonna die. There would be women that would go in the showers and they would stay in there and do like business in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was one girl, I'm not gonna say her real name because I remember her real name, but we would always catch her in the shower with her leg hiked up on the wall with the shower head shooting her, you know where. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I cannot forget, every time I would go in there, the only thing I would hear when I would look at her was ding, 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 ding. And she would be in there just flicking her bean in the shower. Oh, oh, and it would be like, everybody would be like, she's in there right now. She's in there right now. And so nobody would go in there. You guys, there would be girls in prison, in this prison that I was in. Now, I don't know about other women in their prisons, but because it was like an open compound and it was like an open barracks kind of situation, there would just be like homosexual activity, girls hooking up with girls, you know what I mean? That was Ice Ice Baby. Yeah. There would be like girlfriends, or all kinds of girls would be hooking up with each other. But the thing about this prison that I was in is they call them snitch camps. Okay. They call them snitch camps because what they're for is they're for minimum security with prisons. It's a minimum security. It's not for anyone who's beat anybody's ass or killed anybody, no violent crimes. So all the people that are in that compound with me are thieves and drug addicts. Okay, that's mainly what it is. And so what you would have to do to like get out of prison, to get out of there, is each girl had to gain status. Have you ever heard of this, you guys? And this was like a grown-up prison. Like, I think I was 20. How old was I when I went to prison? It was 2009 when I went to prison. I'm 37 now. 9 minus 37. So I was like 28 when I went to prison, wasn't I? Y'all do the math, okay? So I can't remember, but I was in there in 2009. The way they had it set up was, in order to get out and in order to gain status, which you had to gain status to get out of prison, okay? You had to basically write each other up, right? You had to write each other up for offenses in the prison. So a lot of girls would write other girls up for sexually acting out. And that's what they would call it, sexually acting out. I can remember going in and the other girls would tell me not to wear my hair thingies on my left wrist, because if I wore it on my left wrist, that would mean I was gay for the stay. Okay? And if I wasn't gay for the stay, I didn't hook up with no bitches while I was in prison. I wasn't that desperate. Like, I just wasn't desperate like that. I was in there. I marked my time off every day on the calendar, and I did what I had to do, and I got out, you know? But it was just, that was one of the times that I remember being in there and my parents having to come visit me every Saturday, because my parents would come visit me. And just seeing my parents be so sad that I was, you know, in prison. Because, you guys, I was in prison behind drug addiction. You know, I wasn't in there because I'm a fucking bad person or I'm, like, over here trying to kill folks. I was in there because I was sick with a disease of addiction. Because I didn't know how to stay sober. You know? I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to make my life better. And so I ended up getting locked up for it. And then, even after I got out, I didn't know how to stay clean. So I went into the halfway house and I did 10 months in the halfway house and relapsed. And I was back on the streets. You know, I was back on the streets shooting dope, you guys. And so it was just like, I'm telling you guys, it was a freaking crazy time in my life. But now, after being 4 years sober and living my life right for 4 years, these 4 years are the 4 years I've never been not in trouble, not catching a charge for shoplifting because I was trying to go get dope, right? Girl, were you at the halfway house by Whittington? No, I actually had to parole out here to Little Rock. And so I paroled out to a halfway house. Hey, we see you. I paroled out to a halfway house here in Little Rock called Williamsburg. Okay. And so I couldn't parole out to Garland County. They wouldn't let me. My probation officer was like, "You're not allowed to come back to this county." Which probably was the best thing they could have done for me, because if I had came back to Hot Springs, you guys, I would not be alive. Where were you at after Quapaw? Okay, so after I graduated out of Quapaw, I didn't even look, girl. I think I might have stayed sober for 60 days out of Quapaw, and then I relapsed. And me and Scott were driving around to different Targets and Walmart, and we were getting DVDs and then going to the GameStop and trading them in for money. So it was some crazy times back there, you guys. Crazy, crazy times back there. Back then. I'm glad that I don't have to do any of those things for money anymore. Like, I have a job, I have a house, I have a car. But I'm telling you what, like, it wasn't, I have worked my ass off, okay, to get to where I'm at today. It took me 2 years to get to where I could buy my own car, you guys. Okay. Me and my husband are still trying to work on our credit so we can get our own house. This house we live in, my mother-in-law rents it to us. So it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. And right when I will get a little ahead, I will get knocked backwards, you know? Like today, I need to go to the doctor. Remember how I told you guys I don't have insurance? Guess how much that is? $100 to go to the doctor. I also need to get my hepatitis C checked. Guess how much that is? That's a lot of money to get labs run on you at the doctor's office. $6,000 for blood, running all the labs and stuff. Like, I don't have that kind of cash to just be throwing down, you know? And I don't get to be on my husband's insurance until November, because that's when the new sign up is. So it's hard times, you know. I have to like pick and choose what I need to go to the doctor for. The reason I'm going to the doctor today is because I need to make sure that I get my prescriptions refilled for my antidepressant, because I have to be on Wellbutrin and Lexapro. If I don't, somebody might die. Like, if I'm not on these medications, I might kill someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that shit, and I don't want to like fuck up my life because I'm not on my medicine, you know? So it's hard times, you know. Life isn't easy, but it's a lot better than being locked up, okay? And I don't ever want to go back to that life. I don't ever want to have to like fight for what I need in an everyday, like food and water, and worry about whether or not I have drugs to wake me up that day. You know, like, I don't have to live my life like that anymore, and I'm really freaking grateful for that. Like, I'm really grateful. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys about dealing with disappointment. So the way I deal with disappointment is, like, I always try to look at things on the other side of the coin. Like, maybe this situation fell through because it wasn't meant to be, right? If your husband has insurance and you don't, you should be at it ASAP and not have to wait. Well, see, here's the thing, lab girl. With the company that he works for, we tried that. We got married in February, and you know your girl. I drug my fucking lazy ass around and didn't get him to sign me up. See, if we had signed up for 30 days before 30 days after we got married, then I would have been added on there right away. But we kind of like waited and didn't get on there right away. So now I have to wait for open enrollment, because it was a life-changing event. But when you have a life-changing event like getting married, at least for his company and this insurance, you have to enroll within 30 days. Okay. So that was a disappointment. I'm like, what the hell? I ain't got no insurance. I'm paying $75 a month for my medication, you guys. It's expensive. It's expensive. And that's why I'm telling you what, the world doesn't want people like me and you, people who are not rich, to succeed. Okay. If you're not rolling in the dough and you're not like independently wealthy, then it's hard. If you're just a regular person who's trying to make ends meet, you got to really get smart and start saving that money. And saving every little penny, you guys. Be a tightwad, okay? Put money back into your savings if you can, as much as you can. Because if you don't, you're going to fall behind. And that's one thing that I'm learning is that I try to sneak money out of our bank account without my husband knowing and put it in a savings account. So that way, whenever we don't have like a lot of money, we'll have something to fall back on. And I'm pretty good about sneaking 25, 50 here, 25 there, and throwing it into that savings account. And he knows about it because I've told him, hey, guess what? I got this much in the savings. So he knows I'm getting it from our joint account. But it's good to have that, you know what I mean, to fall back on. Because if I didn't have that, a lot of the times I wouldn't be able to go to my doctor appointment. I wouldn't be able to pay for my medication, you know. So just, you know, try to be smart about things. If y'all are struggling, just know that you're not alone. Like, I go without a lot of things because I would rather my son have nice things. You know, I wear a lot of just like old t-shirts and yoga pants and hey Classy, because I want my kid to go to school and look fresh. I want my baby boy to have new Nikes on and new shorts and new shirts, you know? So I worry about what he looks like. I don't worry about what I look like. Because you know what? I had my time to shine when I was younger, and I looked fresh when I was younger. So I got to worry about me now. I worry about my son. You know what I mean? He's the apple of my eye and most important thing to me. So he's going to always have what he needs before I ever need anything. And I always have to put his needs first, because for so many years, all I did was put myself first. That's why I was a drug addict, because all I cared about was getting high every day, all day, you know? So now, I really, really work hard to put my son first. I get so emotional. I just love him so much. And if it wasn't for my son, I wouldn't even be alive. I would be dead. Because if it wasn't for him being born and and DHS coming and taking him, I would have never gotten my life together. You know, and it was because the state stepped in and removed him from my care, you guys. That's why I got sober, because my son got taken from me. And that's why I share on my channel about that a lot, because if you're a drug addict and you have children, you don't want to go through what I went through, because it's the worst pain you will ever experience in your life. And sometimes that's what it takes, though, for people to get their lives together. Sometimes it takes us losing things that are really important to us for us to wake up and make changes, you know? So, anyway. I'm just grateful to be alive today, and I love you guys, and I just wanted to pop on and kind of shoot the shit with you guys for a second. Tonight we do Big Book Study at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then Wednesdays I upload a story time, and then on Friday we'll do our Mara meeting, okay? I love you guys so very much, and you guys make doing YouTube so much fun for me, so thank you so much for being a part of this with me, okay? And yeah, okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop crying now. I love you guys. I'm gonna call you Jason because I haven't talked to you in forever, and I love you and I want to talk to you. Okay, love you guys.